y'all, we're McCraw's on the Map. Welcome back to our RV vlog, and we are excited to be traveling around the country and seeing different places. We are going to be heading to Moab, Utah this week, and we're going to see the Horseshoe National Park and Canyonlands.
We made it to Moab, Utah in our campground for the night. We normally prefer to boondock, but our solar panels have not been working, so we needed to find somewhere with some electricity for the night until we can get the part that we ordered. So we're going to take advantage of having laundry and water and dump station all in one and enjoy a night in luxury at a campground. Taking much needed advantage of the laundry room. Got 3 loads going and still more to do. Picked up our package at the post office that hopefully has the part that will fix our solar system.
Morning. I'm gonna try to fix this solar issue today with this new fuse we got. I think the first thing I'm gonna do is turn the inverter off, so that way we don't have any power going to anything. And then I'll probably hit these breakers as well to make sure that they're dead. Alright, I'm gonna go up on the roof and switch this puppy out and see if that makes a difference. Alright, so here's the fuse. It's right here. I'm gonna pop this end out here. This is the fuse that the guy that installed everything on the camper recommended and sent me the Amazon link for. It's a 30 amp fuse for our system. So we'll go ahead and swap it out now. All right, we got that swapped out. Hopefully that'll work when we flip everything back on. We'll see. Alright, let's see if that's going to work or not. Alright, this has the state of charge off, and then it's got 0 input of power coming in, so let's turn everything back on and see if it's going to work or not. Put the breaker back up. Put the inverter back on. Alright, charge says volt now. And it says we're bringing power in, so I think that must have been what it was. Yep, we're getting 606 watts of power coming in. And it's absorbing the power, so that's what we want. That must have been what the problem was.
We found the rear car wash that is tall enough to get the camper into it, so we're getting a much needed bath after our last stay in the desert. Going in on those skid plates, they got dirty and roughed up a little bit on some of our recent off-roading. Now the camper's turn. We left our luxurious full hookup spot at the campground this morning, and now we're headed to a boondocking spot just north of Moab. Hopefully the fuse that Carson replaced on the solar system will help that to work so we can get some power while we're out here, and hopefully we don't get the truck and camper too dirty after we just got a bath, but we shall see. The views getting here are already beautiful. beautiful in the canyons, so we're excited. Pulling up to the dispersed campsite to see if there's any spots available for us. There's already several campers here, but hopefully there's still room. The road looks a little rougher than we anticipated, so we're check out and see. I don't know that we want to try this. I don't know. Another trailer over there, but they must have come in a different way somehow. Okay. Try this spot instead. It looks like it's a little bit more crowded, but maybe there's still room.
We are headed out this afternoon to explore Deadhorse Point State Park. It's only about 15 minutes from where we're camping, and it's supposed to be a really nice state park, so we're looking forward to some pretty views.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good. We just need a day pass, please.
We're here at the visitor center and already super cool views. Beautiful canyon, and then you can see the Potash ponds over there too, which is neat. We're gonna go see them tomorrow up close, but cool to get an overview. This park is definitely more of a biking and hiking heavy park. There's only the one main driving road that goes through the park, but tons of mountain bike trails and some hiking trails as well. Now we are walking up to the main overlook in the park, the Deadhorse Point. The point is called Deadhorse Point because legend has it back when wild mustangs used to roam this area, cowboys corralled them up onto that narrow point and kind of blockaded them in there, and then decided which horses they wanted to take with them and left the rest of them to unfortunately die up there without any water. So that is why it's Deadhorse Point. Unfortunately, there aren't any wild horses left today, but still super pretty landscapes.
We just finished up here at the Deadhorse State Park, and there's only really one road that goes through the center of the park. And so after we drove on that and saw the end point where you could look out over the like Horseshoe Valley area, kind of like the Horseshoe Bend in Arizona, there wasn't really much else to do or see unless you had mountain bikes. So we're heading back out of here from enjoying the park and gonna see what we can get into this afternoon.
They have lots of little placards all around the boardwalk that tell you about the particular dinosaurs that left those tracks, which is really neat. So this tells a little bit about kind of how the prints are preserved for this long, that the mud that they were walking in, that where they got the prints then turned into rock over the thousands of years, and so they're pretty well preserved now. Back, and I think my sourdough has been waiting a little bit too long for me to put it in the oven. We are up early this morning to catch the sunrise at Mesa Arch in Canyonlands National Park, hoping it'll be a really good one and it'll be worth it. Well, the sun has risen and now we are exploring the rest of Canyonlands National Park in the Island in the Sky district. We watched the sunrise from Mesa Arch, which was really pretty, seeing it come up behind the arch through the hole under the arch, and you could see some different formations in the background as well as some mountains. That was a cool view, but it was also super crowded this morning, lots of people trying to get that epic sunrise picture. Now we are exploring the main scenic road through the park. This is one of the only paved roads in the park. This national park is unique in that there are few paved roads, but there are a lot of unpaved four-wheel drive roads to explore, especially in the Needles and the Maze districts. We're in Island of the Sky now, which does have the most paved road to explore, but then also quite a few four-wheel drive roads, one of which we will go on here in a little bit. The scale of the canyons in this park are truly just remarkable. It's crazy how it just goes and goes and goes and goes as far as you can see. We are now starting the Shafer Trail, which is one of the most iconic four-wheel drive roads in the park. And then it connects to Potash Road, which is another iconic road, and then it goes all the way into Moab. You definitely need high clearance for sections of this, but that doesn't keep others from trying. Stop for a little picnic lunch at the boat ramp. Today we are exploring Arches National Park in one day. Our first glimpse of some arches. A really good bang for your buck hike is the Turret Arch and Windows Trail. It's relatively short and easy, and you get to see 3 arches, the north and the south window and the turret arch, and then just across the parking lot is also a short trail to Double Arch. Now we are headed to Landscape Arch, which is the longest arch in the park, spanning over 300 feet. This is accessed via the Devil's Garden Trail, where there are also quite a few other arches that you can see along the 8-mile loop, but you don't have to do the whole thing. There's actually some shade on this trail in the late afternoon, which is really nice because a lot of arches is very exposed to the sun, so very hot during the day. Our last stop of the day is the most famous arch and hike in the park, Delicate Arch. It's about a 3-mile hike, and there is some uphill parts, so we did save this for last to hopefully avoid some of the midday heat. After several beautiful days, we are now packing up to leave Moab and head on to our next stop. One last scenic overlook on our way out of Moab.
That wraps up Moab. We are getting back on the road, and we will let you know next week how things are looking.